Defrates, and I'm with Express Missions International, or better known as EMI. And some of the other areas that we're working with in Orphans is out in the community or out in other villages. There's approximately 7 in this area that we work with in the villages. And there's about somewhere between 90 and 100 at any given time of children who are either orphans or what we call partial orphans. They either have a mother or a father, but they're unable to take care of them. So they're in a home. It could be an aunt, an uncle, it could be a grandmother, it could be no one even related to them, just people in the community just wanting to help. So we go in and help support those people, whether it be through food, clothing, school supplies, etc., things like that for the orphans. And that's just locally here in this area. Then other areas we have that we're just now taking on is over in the DRC, and that's in the Congo, in Uganda. We're helping over there in some areas with a bunch of pastors, with orphans in those areas or partial orphans. And then also in South Sudan, in Juba, we help with the school up there. EMI helps with the school up there. Most of those children are underprivileged and they have no money at all. So we're helping with some of those children there, and with their school and different things like that, and food. And also we've moved up into another area called Awil in Beta Ghazal area in the northern part of South Sudan, where there's just a lot of orphans, and literally you'll see them just walking around, wandering around up there. And so we're in that area trying to help now with that particular ministry through another guy. His name's Lino Garam, and the guy's just a phenomenal pastor up there. And he's just trying to do what God has him to do. And so we're supporting this guy in the works. So those are some of the things that we're doing in the area as far as orphans are concerned. On the orphans, how we deal with some of these things is when we go in, we don't always necessarily go in with money and just lay down on the table. What we do is we go in with resources. So as far as school supplies, that's one of the big things here. One of the issues is getting the children into school. So what we do, we'll help with pencils and pens and papers and books, school fees, erasers, many different things like that they need. Like I said, we rarely go in with money in hand. It's almost always the resource to put into their hand. And when we do that, we have someone in that area that we work with. So like a local person or an indigenous person or a national. And then what we do, we give that to that person, and then that person then goes in and distributes that to the children or the families or whoever the guardian is. And because we don't want to be seen, honestly, here we're looked at as the great white hope a lot. And that's not what we want people to see. We want people to see Jesus. So we do that through the local people when we give those resources. Also, we'll go in and we will give them the money, and then they go out and purchase the food. And then what we'll do is we'll come in and then we'll bring the gospel. We'll speak to the people, we'll bring the gospel, but they've brought in the food and prepared it. So we'll have feeding programs for them also. So those are some of the things, how that'll look like when the people that help support these things, that's how that works, that's how that happens. Some of the orphans that we've been working with that we're really proud of are some that we have in school right now that we've been funding to get in school. And some of these children, when they come from the village, their education level is very, very low. So when they get it into the city here, they can't match up. So if they're in class 5 or grade 5, they can't handle that. So they have to go back to 4 or maybe even 3rd grade. But our kids, we've been so proud of them. They've worked so hard. Most of the children are at the bottom of the class when they started. But now, they've been in school for a year now. Now those that were at the bottom are now in the middle of the class. So we're so proud of them because of how they've been able to excel in school, and they're happy about school, they're loving school, and which even makes us even more prouder. And we have two girls who are actually at the top of their class now, and one's in class 8 and another one's in a lower class somewhere. But that's just phenomenal to come in like that and do something like that. So we're so proud of them, and just giving these kids a chance to excel means so much.